That open. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's those nerves in the end. The temple does. Get up a little higher. Do it. Do it right. That's it. Right. Quick. Quick. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah.
I ain't never get around. Grandfather bringing all the smoke on, baby. What they think you go, how they do that thing, cooking it, that's what it means. And we gonna be cooking while I leave.
The anticipation builds around one of boxing's most anticipated showdowns, as Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez gear up for war. Both camps are locked in with laser focus, grinding through brutal preparation that's sharpening every weapon in their arsenal. You can feel the electricity in the air as each fighter pushes their limits, knowing what's at stake. This isn't just training anymore, it's mental warfare and physical domination rolled into one, and the intensity tells you everything about how badly both men want this victory.
Fun day every day, but it's serious when he's sparring. He gets down to nitty-gritty, does his thing, just embarrasses a lot of the sparring partners. And again, I tell him, have fun in there. Like, just make boxing great again, make boxing fun again. Oh, it is a little one.
Man, I've been working my ass off so much.
His opponent is undefeated. He's a frigidity boxer. He jumps in, jumps out. But there's one thing we see that he don't do.
Teofimo Lopez is putting in serious work under the watchful eye of the legendary Freddie Roach. Every combination that flies off his hands carries bad intentions. The speed is there, the power is crisp, and Roach isn't letting him get away with anything sloppy. This is championship-level preparation at its finest. Teo's hunger to evolve is written all over every drill, every round, every sweat-soaked session. He knows he's facing elite competition, and he's treating his preparation like his career depends on it.
That's it. There you go. That's it. Quick. Quick. Like this. There you go. One, two. Right. I can get to the technique. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2 hook in. Double hook. See that? Right.
Share a lot of the same values, so right now we're doing some signatures, we're going to do some giveaways, really putting the fans first, so when he wins, the fans are going to win, even a free beer giveaway after he knocks out his opponent this fight.
Just doing things like this is what really matters, you know, at the end of it. When I'm in there in the gym, I'm having a great time, that's what I love to do, but over here, you know, it's just all about giving back. Just stay tuned, man, you guys can win one of these.
Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson's training camp operates with surgical precision. There's no wasted motion, no unnecessary drama, just pure business. His movement looks effortless but deadly, and his timing remains razor sharp. The quiet confidence radiating from his team speaks volumes about their belief in what they've built. This is a fighter who knows exactly who he is and what he brings to the table when the lights get bright.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Shakur doesn't shy away from acknowledging the mountain he's climbing against Teofimo Lopez. He's heard all the doubters, and he gets why people think this could be his toughest test yet. These two have history going back to their amateur days, so there's real respect for what Lopez brings as a competitor. But here's what separates Shakur from the pack. He deliberately seeks out these moments that separate the good from the great. Comfort zones don't interest him. When he steps through those ropes, his goal isn't just winning. It's complete domination that leaves zero doubt about who controls that ring. He knows that beating someone like Teofimo in convincing fashion would launch him into boxing's elite tier and cement his place among the sport's pound-for-pound kings.
I mean, they absolutely right to have their opinion. I already know this guy's good. I done came up in the amateurs with him. I chose this for that reason. Like, I chose this because I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to put myself in a situation to where I'm able to raise my game up to another level. So that was my whole purpose.
Do you feel like you got to be real dominant in this fight? Because, I mean, Tio, he from New York, and, you know, you having a fight in New York, and the judges, man. You never know, yo.
He not from New York, but he not from New York. He not from New York. He probably was born in New York, but, like, being from New York is like I'm raised and I'm brought up in New York. And I known him for years and years, and I always seen him out of Florida. Like, that's where he was out of, Florida. So I don't look at him like a fighter that's from New York. So, but do I gotta be dominant? I think every fight that I set up, I want to be dominant. I don't care who in front of me. I want to dominate. I want to beat you to where judges don't feel like they can rob me. So I always got that feeling. I always got that chip on my shoulder.
If you do win this fight, what do you think it does for your career?
I think it put me top 5 pound for pound. I think it puts me like one of the best fighters in my era. I think it just established that I'm that guy. Like, I be one of the 4 kings that they call the 4 kings, and it also depends on the fashion that I do it. So, it's gonna be interesting.
But what be going on with this Tio dude, though, man? I be seeing these videos online of him making racist comments. You be seeing that, man?
Roy Jones Jr. breaks down the old-school mentality that still drives real fighters today. Back in his era, certain lines couldn't be crossed without immediate consequences following right behind. Disrespect wasn't something you could just throw around and walk away from. Once someone challenged your honor, you had 2 choices: handle it, or let everyone know you could be pushed around. That's not just about boxing. That's about manhood and establishing the kind of respect that can't be faked. Roy sees how some modern fighters try to test boundaries just to see what kind of reaction they'll get. In his world, that kind of behavior gets checked real quick because your reputation and credibility as a fighter depend on never letting anyone question where you stand.
I don't understand the press conference. Shakur Stevenson looked confused about the press conference. Teofimo Lopez is known for saying outlandish things, but I've noticed over the last couple years, he's making less and less sense when he speaks. Like, the types of things that he's saying at the press conference are just unnecessary. The things that he's saying and the way he's saying it, I don't know if it's nervous energy. I don't know if he's just trying to get a rise out of these cameras and people online so they can talk about him. I really don't know what it is, but I don't understand why guys do things like that. What does that have to do with the fight? What does that have to do with boxing? The only thing you might accomplish out of that is making Shakur Stevenson mad, and he try to make you pay for that come fight night on January 31st. I don't get that kind of stuff. See, we'll look at stuff like that and we'll laugh at it in the sport of boxing, and we won't say that that's affecting boxing or hurting boxing. We'll just say that's just the way fighters are. But we'll get mad at a Jake Paul and we'll say that he's ruining boxing because you don't like Jake Paul or the things that he says or the fact that he's making money in a space that he didn't grow up in. To me, these are the kind of things. Press conferences like that, when you got Teofimo Lopez saying some of the things that he said, that's the kind of stuff that give boxing and fighters a black eye. That's why when we walk in a room and people know that you fought for a living or you currently fight for a living, they expect a certain type of thing. They look at you a certain type of way, and you almost gotta prove that you're not that to be able to get some respect when you're speaking to people, because they don't expect us to be people who are sensible, people that can articulate their words, people that can be sensible about how they go about their everyday life. So I personally, listen, everybody goes about this fight thing, this competition thing different. I'm not saying nobody has to be like me, got to be like you or anybody else. Be yourself, but that kind of stuff, to me, I don't really see a place for it in the sport of boxing. It don't make sense. It got everybody scratching their head, and your opponent who came there to talk to you about this fight, he wants to hear what you got to say about what you gonna do to him and vice versa. But you got an opponent in Shakur Stevenson who's confused now. He literally was looking around like the look that Shakur Stevenson had on his face was, I did not come here for this. And I think he even said, I really don't know what to say about it. That don't make for a good press conference to me.
Yeah, I know. But see, this is what I try to tell you about. I know y'all don't hear me a lot of time when I say it. There's old school and there's new school. Old school has something that's been said. They would not have allowed us to be able to come face to face. Because you don't say it to me and think I ain't finna try to tear your head off as soon as I get close to you.
Well, you're not gonna wait till a fight night. You're gonna get it in that day.
Because some things are too. Because sometimes you go a little bit beyond respect. That's disrespectful. If you disrespect me on any level, we fighting then. Now I'm gonna try to hold it together but if you disrespect me, which is what he just did, I'm not gonna ask him about what he's talking about. When I get close enough, I'm finna show him what I ain't talking about. You understand where I'm coming from? So there's a difference. That's why I say you gotta know the difference from the old school and the new school. Had he said that in my day, it could not.
Basie Ennis drops some serious knowledge about why sleeping on Shakur Stevenson would be a massive mistake for Teofimo Lopez. That speed isn't just flashy movement. It's a weapon that leaves opponents confused and off balance because they can't track what's coming. Sure, Teofimo brings serious athleticism and explosive power that can change everything in an instant, but Shakur has been dealing with bigger, stronger fighters his whole career by using brain over brawn. His ring intelligence and ability to adapt mid-fight have repeatedly frustrated opponents who thought they had physical advantages. Basie sees this going the distance, with Shakur's boxing IQ being the difference maker, though he warns that one clean shot from Lopez could flip the script entirely.
Pick them apart. And I gotta tell everybody that what you call him is real athletic too. Teofimo. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. You know what I mean? People think, a lot of people say it's gonna be easy and all. Nah. Teofimo can punch and he can box. And like I said, he's real athletic. So, you know what I mean? That'll make it a little difficult right there. You know what I mean?
I see a lot of people going back and forth with it. Some people think Teo got the advantage because of the weight and that he's athletic and explosive. Some people say Shakur is the better boxer.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. How you see that fight ending?
Well, they saying, they've got the weight and all that. I see Shakur boxing big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. Just like moves. They box heavyweights and put the heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
This isn't a stoppage.
I'm looking at a decision, not a stoppage. But then it all according how Teo come in. If Teo come at him, he's gonna run into some shots. It might be over. You know what I mean?
Now, you always tell me it's the shot that you don't see coming.
That's it.
That's that power is speed.
Right.
So, could it be a situation where people underestimate Shakur's punching power?
Yeah. I think Shakur can punch. You know what I mean? I think he can punch. It's just, like I said, speed is power. Not them guys, muscle bound guys come in and you're talking about, he can punch and all that. Like I just got finished saying, like you just got finished saying, matter of fact. The punch that you don't see knocks him out. And they always say, man, I didn't see that punch coming. That's the one you worry about.
Despite all the buildup and media attention, Shakur keeps things in perspective about his relationship with Teofimo Lopez. There's no bad blood or personal drama fueling this fight. He's always recognized Lopez as a legitimate talent with speed, power, and skills that have stayed sharp throughout his career. Yeah, Teofimo sometimes says things that create controversy, but Shakur doesn't take that stuff to heart. If anything, those comments just add extra fuel to his motivation when it's time to perform. At the end of the day, he sees Lopez as a driven competitor who wants greatness just as badly as he does. This fight isn't about settling scores. It's about two elite fighters testing themselves against championship-level opposition.
Done. I wanna make it happen, so let me hit the guy up.
Honestly, I had been set it up with the higher power people. I kind of asked them, can we make the fight happen? But once it got closer to getting it done, I kind of reached out to Tio, and he was cool.
And obviously this is happening at 140. Why were you interested in that? Why the decision to move up from 135?
I'm not moving up to 140-pound division just yet. I'm actually a 35-pounder, but I moved up for this fight because I know that why would I bring him down? I would have to come up to his weight if I want to fight him. So it only made sense.
Was MSG always the spot that was discussed, or perhaps Prudential Center, Newark, or any other locations?
They asked me Las Vegas or New York, and I told them I like New York. So,
do you like the idea of fighting at MSG as opposed to Prudential Center, which you have done very well at?
Nah, I would rather fight in my hometown because that's where I'm from, and I know everybody's gonna be there to support me. I know the faces, I know everything when I walk out. But honestly, it's cool because it's on New York. You know, it's right there. T.O. claims he's from New York, but it's interesting.
What do you mean by that? Oh, did we lose him? Oh, are you there?
He claimed it because he's not really from New York.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you froze on us for a second, but now you're back.
He's not really from New York. He's from Florida. I actually knew him growing up, and he was always with Team Florida. So, I don't look at him like a fighter that's from New York. I know the fighters that's from New York. I came up with them guys. I used to see them all the time in the regionals. When I used to go to Gleason's gym, I used to see a lot of them fighters.
Greg Hackett breaks down why he's leaning towards Shakur Stevenson getting his hand raised when the final bell sounds. Shakur's discipline and fight intelligence give him the tools to control rounds and neutralize dangerous opponents over the long haul. His precision and movement create problems that explosive fighters like Teofimo struggle to solve consistently. Don't get it twisted though. Lopez brings serious danger with his athleticism and punching power that could end things suddenly. But Hackett believes Shakur's ability to dictate distance, avoid unnecessary exchanges, and execute his game plan round after round makes him the safer bet. This fight will push both men to their absolute limits, but Shakur's tactical awareness and ring control should be enough to earn him a hard-fought decision victory in what promises to be an absolute war.
I think Shakur. Yeah, my first mind told me Shakur, and I thought about it. Yeah, I'm picking Shakur by decision, but because this is fighting, anything can happen. You can't count Tio out. So there is thoughts sometimes that cross my brain, like, damn, what if Tio catch him like real good though? You know what I mean? And hurt him. Or what if he just out hustling? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of shit that crossed my mind, but I still like Shakur for the dub. I like Shakur for the dub because he knows how to win. Like, he knows how to win. You know what I'm saying? And he's always prepared to win. So, and I think Shakur respects Tio to the point where he gonna train like he's never trained before.